Brought to you by Marcus and Mack, a law firm representing injured people. Let's say hello to folks talking about AAUW and a big event coming up. On the line, Patti Holmes from the NAACP and AAUW. And we've got Sherene Hess, Indiana County Commissioner. And Sherene, you're also going to introduce her to, and I believe she's been on with us before, Quintina Thomas on the line as well. Good morning, everybody. There we go. Everybody there?
Yeah, there we go. I couldn't hear you.
All right. We're good. We're on the air this morning. I said Quintina that has been on the air with us before. That's true, isn't it, Quintina?
It's Quintina. And
I'm sorry.
I think, no worries. I think it was a couple of years ago, but I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, we're all like that when we get to this time of day.
Right.
Well, let's talk about this event. Patti Holmes is with us. Patti, you were the one that initiated this contact here on Indiana in the Morning. So I'll let you set it up. What's going on?
Well, I asked Sherene, Commissioner Hess, to come in and talk about it because she is commissioner who gave NAACP a proclamation for Black History Month, and she's also a member in good standing with the AAUW. So I asked her to come on and say a few words, and then to introduce Quintina.
Beautiful.
So I'm just sitting back listening.
That's a wonderful thing to do. Sherene, you're on.
Good morning. And yes, thank you, Patti, and thanks, Quintina. And I am a member of it's the American Association of University Women, AAUW. Proud to be a member of a wonderful organization, as well as NAACP. And it's Black History Month, and that's why we're all here. A little bit about AAUW. This is a group that helps women break down the barriers in the systems that affect them in their economic situation, in their health, housing, educational situations. So that's what AAUW does. And we also are focusing now some time on Black History Month. And so we have developed a program, and thanks to Patti's leadership of the public policy and programming part of AAUW, as where we're going to talk about elitism and racism and how that intersects with Black history. And Quintina Thomas is the presenter, and it's in webinar format. It's next week. It's the 24th. At Quintina, what time does it start?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. It's in webinar format, and you can get the link on the AAUW's website, or you can contact any of us, and we'll certainly get it out to anybody. But Quintina is a really wonderful individual. She's a business owner here in Indiana, and she has a lot of experience in the mental health field and the counseling field. She's a mother of 3 terrific kids, and she's married, and she has faced the challenges that every working parent, especially a small business owner, has faced over the last year with the pandemic. And yet she is able to and willing to do this really interesting presentation. And I would like now for Quintina to go ahead and talk a little bit about it and what it is and why it's important to have these discussions, which are not easy discussions, but I, for one, am really glad we're doing it. So Quintina, if you'd like to go ahead and talk about the program.
Well, yeah, I'm honored to be invited by AAUW. Just given the recent events of the racial climate of our country within the last year or so, I felt the need to really talk and bring awareness of what's really happening, in our country. I was shocked that a lot of my friends who happen to be white here in Indiana didn't realize how bad racism can be, and sometimes it's in our own backyard. And so this program next week is just to bring awareness of what racism truly is, what it looks like, and how to move forward, and what parts can we do to make this world better, particularly our country and particularly our town. So we're just going to have some honest conversations, and this is just going to be a great learning opportunity for all.
Quintina, when you look at everything that you are involved in, and I'm sure I don't have even the beginning of the story, but Alice Paul House. That's certainly more than just worthy. That is something that is vital that you do. The Community Guidance Center, other organizations and other areas where you're able to help. And you see frontline what's going on in terms of people and the oppressions that they face. This particular focus during Black History Month is, I know it's really important to you, but it's an important discussion for everybody to have, is it not?
Right. Very important. Because Black history is everyone's history. You know, I know we dedicate this month to really lay out all the facts. Sometimes it's kind of overwhelming. It's like Black history on steroids, February, but honestly, we need to really learn about Black history, Black culture throughout the year. So hopefully we can expand beyond February.
How is the meeting going to be set up, and how can people attend?
It is going to be Zoom, so it is AAUW's platform. So I'm just the guest, but it is going to be on Zoom. I have the Zoom ID. I mean, if you want the numbers and the password to get in, but it's going to be on Zoom. I will have a presentation, and then at the end, it will be room for discussion.
Sherene or Patti, maybe you can weigh in here. Is this something that we're just going to find on the AAUW Facebook page, the information to link up, or is there some other source?
Yeah, it's going to be on the AAUW Facebook page, and anyone is allowed to go to the the website and find the number.
Mm-hmm.
I can email it to you, because I know you don't do talking parts. I'll email it to you.
Okay,
and then if you'd like to, say something about it up until next Wednesday, we would appreciate that.
Well,
you can give them the number.
What we'll do with it is we'll take this interview elements and we'll combine it and make it a news story next week, and we'll post that information about people linking into it with that news story, and that way it'll get out there, and that way it'll be on our Facebook page too. Does that work?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Thank you.
Terrific. Well, we'll get that done. Meanwhile, we can tell people a little bit more about the program. Quintina or Sherene or Patti, any of you can weigh in and talk a little bit more about what's actually going to happen during this Zoom meeting. What are we going to hear?
I guess so. You want a little preview?
Yeah, give me.
I was trying to leave it up for a surprise, but
well, you don't reveal too much, Quintina, but just whet our appetite here.
Okay. Well, I'll just highlight definitely some key points in Black history, and really hone in on what racism truly is. Provide examples. I will even provide some screening or visual material on my presentation, pictures from throughout history and how it applies to today. Because I think it's a disconnect when you talk to some people about particularly racism and even slavery, that was a terrible part of Black history. And I know a lot of people say, "Oh, slavery was so long ago, so what's the problem?" But there are many things in American history that ties back to slavery, and unfortunately, we are seeing some of the remnants today.
We had the conversation earlier this week with the woman talking about the book Unsung, which is first-person stories of slavery and how devastating it was back then. And sometimes we lose sight of those voices, and as they fade into the past even more with the passing of years, it's an important part of our history that we need to keep out there. And it sounds like this program is going to do that. And again, it's coming up next Wednesday?
Yep, next Wednesday at 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Beautiful. We'll get it going here.
I definitely don't want it to make it appear that it's just a gloomy presentation. I'll try to add, some light into it, of course. It's going to be interactive. I'm an interactive person, and I think it will be a great opportunity for all of us to converse.
Absolutely. And you know what, Quintina, you made a point a couple of moments ago that I think we ought to really consider in this country, and that is making Black History Month not in the shortest month of the year, but give it a 31-day month. Maybe that would help the situation more. Ladies, thank you. Thank you so much for being with us here this morning and explaining this program. And again, Patti will make sure that this gets written into a news story next week. We'll put the information about how people can link up to it there. Meanwhile, they can go to the AAUW Facebook page here in Indiana County, and they can find that information there as well.
Thank you so much, Todd. And I'd like to thank Sherene and Quintina for agreeing to come on your show this morning.
I would too. Thank you.
And I was going to be silent.
You're Patti Holmes. We can't keep you silent. Thank you again, ladies, so much.
Sometimes.
Have a wonderful day today, all of you.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks so much, Todd.
All right, bye now.
Bye-bye.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160.